Hey, John. Hello. Hey, Melanie. Hey, Dan. Hey, Ugly Hobo. Hey, Yorkie. Hey, Stinky. Hello, Samantha. How's my day? Yeah, pretty standard. As usual, I slept in way later than I should have. Hey, Carl Sagan's boner. How am I doing? Same old. Eat a Oh, shit. I forgot that there is carrot cake. Yes. I will get a slice of carrot cake in a bit. I forgot that there is some. Yeah. Fuck yeah. Hey, Cow Club. Why was Chantel talking about wedding dresses? I don't know. Hey, Bushin. How are my burgers and fries? They were pretty good. No, James, that is not my name. My name is actually James. My name is James. James. Thanks, Jimmy. Hi. Hey, Donna Ray. We need a plan. Plan for what? What kind of plan? For a heist? Are we doing a heist? Nope. No chance Mama gets an unban. James means king. Oh, yeah, I think it does. What did I do today? Slept way too late. Hey, MLP cum jar. Thoughts on PETA and veganism? I mean, veganism is not for me. I like meat, so I can't do veganism. But yeah, I'm fine with vegans. Some of them are a little bit pushy about it, but some people who like meat are too pushy about meat, to be honest. Hi, Brant. Wendy Penn, how I say MLP cum jar with a straight face. I've been on the internet a long time. I've seen shit. Anyway, uh, as for PETA, hey, Sean, PETA are just straight up assholes, to be honest. Like, PETA, they are bastards. When you grab Casey's head, please just don't put your thumb into her jaw or around her mouth. Yeah. Shout out finger sniffers, I guess. Yeah, like PETA are just PETA are bad, frankly. It's not just that they're obnoxious, it's that they really they put down a lot of strays. Hey, Robert Foster. They put down a lot of animals. And they tend to just be, hey, Dungaberry, hey, your mother. Hey, Frosty. I don't know. They're just like, PETA pulls a lot of bad shit. PETA pulls a lot of bullshit, is the thing. I get fighting for animal rights. I'm fine with that. Hey, Giselle. Fighting for animal rights, it's a good cause. I've never been to Ram Ranch now. There's a lot of stuff that does need to be improved. Like, there's a lot of shit that needs to be improved in terms of how animals are treated in the food industry, in circus industry, in Sea World, and hey, Jimmy Phantom. Just a lot. Like, there's a lot of genuinely important. Why the fuck would I wear a mask in my own bedroom, in my own ham, in my own house? Epic. Fuck off. There's a lot of important stuff to be dealt with in the fight for animal rights. Absolutely. PETA's still assholes. Like, PETA, to a certain extent, PETA does genuinely harm its causes sometimes. And they do sometimes put animal rights above the rights of actual human beings. So, yeah, I'm not a fan of PETA. Young Thug getting arrested. Hardly surprising. He's a rapper, right? They get arrested all the time. Welcome to Bandland Epic Urethra Gaming. You're gonna be stupid. Nothing racist. I'm just saying. Rappers tend to pull a lot of rappers tend to pull shit. You know? Like, rappers tend to be pretty wild sometimes. They get arrested, they get released. It's just, it's what they like. It's just something that happened. Rock stars too, yeah. Musicians in general, like musicians in general, um, like musicians in general get arrested, they get released because they do a lot of wild bullshit. It's fun. Like they have fun. Johnny Cash. How do I feel about the lead singer of Smash Mouth? He's a he's an anti-masker, isn't he? Just saying, a lot of male rappers have been arrested. Proud Boy, right? Yeah. Douche. What am I drinking? Uh, Crushed cream soda. Crushed cream soda. Roller. You mean George Perez? Not he's not just Marvel. George Perez, both Marvel and DC. Um, really, really well known for his runs. Both. Yeah, you're not wrong, Stinky Meatball. Kind of doctor is Dr. Pepper. Where did he go to school? Yeah. Where did he get his degree? Yeah, George Perez didn't just work for Marvel, and in fact, arguably the comics he's best known for, Avengers with Marvel, and then Teen Titans and Wonder Woman over at DC. Hey, Daddy. Daddy, no, not sir. So it's definitely a shame about his death because he was a legend and by all accounts a legitimately wonderful human being. Change from the Flash actor, yeah, because Ezra Miller's an Ezra Miller sucks as a person. None of your business, Ray. Barry Manilow concert? Pass. Ugly Hobo, thank you very much. Marvel or Capcom? Marvel. Am I a fan of George Soros? He's a billionaire, so no. There are no billionaires that I am a fan of. I want all billionaires to not be billionaires. Hey, Keefster. Hey, KFC VR. Santa's above money. Yep. Thanks for the donation, MLP Counter. I'm not reading that. Shout out to Jimmy, I guess. Boring shit. My name stands for Kids Fostering Center. Cool. I probably wouldn't date her, Zoe. Mega Man. I never really. Mega Man was too tough for me, honestly. Um, like I didn't play much Mega Man, and it was just it. It was too tough for me to enjoy. Hey, Cornelius. Fleur, usually it is. Chantel is a good Chantel is good at cooking. She is a good cook. Sometimes she makes stuff that you know that I just don't fully enjoy. How are the burgers? The burgers were good. Turn my hair into full mullet? No thanks. She steamed your burger tonight? Steamed ham! Spears or Aguilera? I didn't really enjoy either of them. How do I like my burgers cooked? Generally on a grill. Molten mustache are making a comeback. No, that's terrible. Do I support propane explosions? As long as nobody gets hurt, sure. Explosions are great. Digimon the movie? Never watched it. Private Party? Never heard of them. Yeah, I'm not looking inside that pot. Never. Soy milk? Nah. A gamer ethnostate on Mars? Uh, I'm not a fan of pineapple in general, Zoe. Um, like I don't like pineapple. Depends what the alien looks like, and depends on whether we get along and everything, and all that. Carl Sagan's boner? I don't know. How often do I shower? Usually every second day. Thanks, your Madre. Thoughts on the U.S. government targeting Somalian pirates with experimental weaponized lasers? Sounds kind of cool, honestly. I've seen the picture of Rasputin's big dick. I have not. Which weight have I gained since? I think I've. I don't know that I've gained or lost any weight living with her. It's a ridiculous thing to say, Daddy. Like a lot of people like '80s movies, regardless of them being problematic. You know, there are some movies that are just. There are some movies that are problematic enough that, yeah, people probably shouldn't be watching them. But honestly, most movies, whatever, they're fine. There's a gay, 80s movies got a gay joke, whatever. It's fine. That's on Tulsi Gabbard for president. I don't know. Stephanie Rice. It's just men who enjoy My Little Pony. Particularly men who enjoy My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. I watch American History X. I'm not racist anymore. Yeah. Song of the South is a classic Disney movie. Yeah. Classic Disney movie that they will never, ever re release. Like, you will never see Song of the South from any official Disney, on any official Disney source. Like, it's just, yeah. Song of the South is just, Disney will not address that movie ever. Super nice, weird little dude. Thanks, Donna. I have a Song of the South on VHS when I was a kid still. Wow. Thoughts on Arnold Schwarzenegger? Thank you again, Ugly Hobo. Thoughts on Arnold Schwarzenegger? Eh. Sometimes I agree with him. Sometimes he's an asshole. His X-Men a commentary on gay rights. Sometimes. So X-Men X-Men traditionally has been a commentary on oppressed groups. X-Men is about being an outsider, really. Yorkie, I did drive. I got my learners at 16. I ended up letting my license expire because I didn't really enjoy it. I saw your comment, Daddy. I'm like, ignoring it on purpose. Get the fucking hint. Tales from the Crypt. I used to like Tales from the Crypt. Sister still got her old My Little Ponies. Are they collectible? I couldn't tell you. Yeah, it's for X-Men. X-Men is Bill Maher turning into liberal. Fuck Bill Maher. Bill Maher's an asshole. Um, yeah, it's like X-Men is about being an outsider. Really, is what it's about. Um, Jewish metaphor. It spent a long time being a Jewish metaphor. More than anything else, more than any other group. It sort of there was always um, a strong undertone of the Jewish struggle. Sonnet, no, not purposely ignoring you. It's karate cultural appropriation. I don't know. I don't like Bill Maher because he is an asshole. Bill Maher is the kind of, I mean, for one thing, he sees politics as a game, as a sport. And I hate people like that. Like a hobo, Israel or Palestine? Both. Like, I don't like the fact that ultimately he views uh, politics as a game. It's all about winning. Beyond that, the guy's stuck in the 90s. Bill Maher has not changed his views since 1994. Bill Maher has the same opinions now that he did in 1994. Regardless of the fact that a lot of shit's changed since then. He has not kept up with the times. Consistent, but times change. You have to keep up with times that change, with the changing times. And he made a specific choice not to. I think that's the thing. He has chosen to not keep up with the times. There's political consistency, and then there's political growth. So I'll actually use an example. Trans rights. Bill Maher is a transphobe. Because back when he was starting out, back in the politically incorrect, and is politically incorrect when he was doing politically incorrect and all that shit. Back in the 90s, trans rights weren't a big deal. They were very much it was very much a fringe issue back then. As far as Bill Maher is concerned, trans rights are still a fringe issue. So I'll never forget the time that I think it was 2000. I think it might have been 2016. Yeah, 2016 election. Back in the 2016 election, he was arguing that liberals need to not talk about the trans rights issue. That they need to just set that aside because we need to win. We need to win. The trans issue, it's going to push people. We need to focus on winning. His view was that trans people should sit down, shut the fuck up, take whatever goddamn hatred and oppression they. Clayla Styles, to everyone in chat, you are loved and deserve to take up space. Thank you for the super chat. So yeah, 2016, his whole thing was trans people need to sit down, shut the fuck up, and take whatever they get. Which is a pretty fucking shitty attitude. So that was issue one. So that was part one. A couple years later, who does he bring on? Milo fucking Yiannopoulos. A horrible, horrible transphobe. Just a horribly transphobic little shit. Milo Yiannopoulos was just the shittiest fucking guy. And Bill Maher is sitting there having a friendly conversation. Oh, no, I can see where you come from. No, I agree with you. Milo's gay, but he's also a transphobic prick. So, yeah, he's transphobic. And I mean, that's part of it, but he's also racist. horribly, horribly, horribly anti-Islamic, just horribly racist towards Muslims. Racist towards Black people and Latinx people. He's misogynistic. Bill Maher has all sorts of utterly shitty views. So yeah, he's garbage. Bill Maher is garbage. He can really ass cheek. And yeah, I mean, like, most actual liberals hate Bill Maher. Like, from what I've observed, and actually, you know what? Bill Maher, the fact that Bill Maher is friends with Ann fucking Coulter is proof enough that Bill Maher is an absolutely garbage person. The fact that Bill Maher is fine palling around with Ann fucking Coulter, one of the absolute worst people on the planet. Ann Coulter is just horrible. Ann Coulter is just a terrible person. Worse than Gary Glitter? Not worse than Gary Glitter, fine. But her views, like every single view that Ann Coulter has, is terrible and harmful and all about cruelty. I don't give a shit about Ann Coulter personally. Her views make her a garbage person. The shit she says is horrible. Ann's mom is coming for me. I'd be surprised if Ann Coulter's mom actually likes Ann Coulter, to be frank. Because she sure as hell goes out of her way to make herself as unlikable as possible. Racist. I mean, yeah, Ann Coulter is a troll. Like, Ann Coulter is a troll. Which is part of what's irritating about her. All she wants to do is piss people off, which is like a shitty political uh, belief to have. Kamala Harris or Elizabeth Warren? Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris is worse because she's a cop. How are my mom and bro doing? They're doing okay. Um, my brother is hoping to be able to move into an apartment of his own soon. Um, yeah, my brother's been living with my mom for a while at a place where he's not actually allowed to stay. Like, he's not actually allowed to be living with my mom, but he has had nowhere to live. So um, he's hoping to get out to place of his own. Most successful person in my family. Um, I don't know that any of us can really call ourselves successful, frankly. No, he's currently unemployed. He's on unemployment right now. He's looking for a place, but Cornwall sucks. Like, Cornwall's job market is pretty garbage, to be blunt. My mom's retired. Uh, my girlfriend wants me to fart in her mouth, but I'm not comfortable doing that. Thoughts? Just talk it out with her. Explain why it makes you uncomfortable. What do I think should be done with transphobes? People should ostracize them and not listen to them. It should be made clear that their views are not welcome. I almost had to move to Cornwall, move to Regina instead. Thank God. Yeah, yeah. That's definitely a better way, better move. Cornwall sucks. Like Cornwall really does suck. Plus, Josh, I'm not feuding with anybody. Can I hear Chantel snort? Not usually, no. Did you hear the Sam Hive mass shooting today? I did not, Ugly Hobo. Hey, Alan Degenerate. Job market sucks, yeah. Would I play Fortnite for $10? Nah. Supposed to go see Dr. Strange tonight, but my husband pissed me off. How do you feel about the fringe left disenfranchising moderates and progressives who don't identify as neoliberal? I would argue that the fringe left is the group that's getting disenfranchised. Like actual liberals are like actual progressives are the people who are getting who have no real say in the Democratic Party. Plus, Josh, it means that a lot of states are going to be making abortions illegal. Fun fact, it's also going to mean a lot of states are going to have laws that mean even miscarriages are going to be treated as suspect. Which state? Like, like all the Republican states, Texas, like the entirety of the Southeast and most of the central U.S. Like, fucking look it up. Yeah, even miscarriages are actually going to be treated as suspect at this point. Hey, join. Hey, join Vader. Because not everybody has that privilege, NCR Ranger. Not everybody has the ability to just move states at the drop of a fucking dime. So I think Trudeau has apologized for it, but yeah, he did it as an adult, which makes all his decision making ability suspect. Sosuke, the issue is that Republicans rig the elections. They have it set up so that they try to set it up so that they guarantee their own victories through gerrymandering, through purging voter rolls, through limiting early voting and mail-in voting, through limiting the number of voting machines that get sent to certain districts. Right, it's not voter fraud. Like when Republicans talk about rigging the election, they are saying that there's millions of fraudulent votes being cast. That's not what's happening. That is false. When liberals talk about Republicans rigging the elections, we mean that they are using the law to do it. voter fraud isn't a thing. They're not, like I said, it's not fraudulent elect, like stop the steal. Yeah, that was another attempt by them to rig the election. Like that stop the steal shit, that was them actually trying to steal the election. That was them trying to get legitimate votes thrown out. Like Republicans cheat by limiting who gets to vote. That's what they do. Republicans rig the election by by trying to get rid of valid votes. So, should IDs be required to vote? No. Voter IDs is another thing that they do. Yeah, because not everybody can get a voter ID. Like, not everybody can do that. Can get one. No, I wouldn't suppress Republican votes. My the goal should be to make voting as easy as possible. That should be the goal. Sasuke, they won't. They really won't. Do I agree with any of the progressive conservative policy? No. Toronto, yes. Montreal, yes. Vancouver, no. It's been a long time since I've been to Toronto. Montreal, long time since I went to Montreal too, actually. Make voting mandatory. I mean, Australia did that. Should the voting age be raised? No. 18 is fine. Nami from One Piece. I never watched One Piece, Dandy. Sam Hyde or Donald Trump? I don't fucking know. I don't even know who Sam Hyde is. Legit opinion on Trump? He's a shitty businessman, a pathological liar, textbook narcissist. And just an all around shitty person. That's my view. That's my opinion on Trump. Trump was born rich. Voter fraud is so incredibly rare as to be statistically zero. Like, voter fraud happens in such low numbers that it's statistically zero. It doesn't actually affect any elections. Sosuke, I do not believe for a second that Donald Trump is worth $1 billion. Like, legitimately, I do not believe that Donald Trump is worth $1 billion. And I believe that the reason Donald Trump never released his tax returns is because he didn't want people to believe, or he didn't want people to know that he's worth less than $1 billion. That's my belief. That he is actually, I mean, he's in debt, almost certainly. Trump donated all 4 years of salary. Yippee. And then he used the presidency to enrich his own businesses. Like, he could donate all that money because he knew that the presidency was going to make all the businesses he owned worth make a lot more money from them. That's why he was able to do it. Wants to endlessly fundraise? Pretty much, yeah. If you gave me $100, could I turn it into $1 million? No. No, I couldn't. Sosuke, it is common in presidential elections for the candidates to release their tax returns. The reason that they usually do it is so that people can see where they may have conflicts of interest. Not required, no, but I mean, if you're hiding your tax returns, there's probably a reason. Like, if you're running for president and you hide your tax returns, odds are there's probably going to be a reason that you're hiding it. Chris Evans for next president? Like, there's probably going to be a reason that you're hiding it. And it's most likely going to be, it's probably going to be because there's conflicts of interests. My thoughts on Trudeau? I don't like him. Like, I don't like Trudeau. Strawberry? Well, yeah, because I'm I'm also broke, so would I like to replace Trudeau? Nah. NDP, I suppose. That's on Donald Trump's casino in New Jersey being torn down because he couldn't make payments back to the state. Yeah, he lost money on running a casino. How do you manage that? Do I support term limits? Term limits, this is a few years ago, but I did read a very compelling argument against term limits because what term limits end up doing is it results in a political body that is always having to learn the rules. Like, it's something where they never really know, like, no one in office ever really knows what they're doing because they're having to learn the rules all over again. So term limits, I don't really agree with. Term limits for who? Just in general. Just like in, well, no. Putin's a dictator. Putin's a dictator, which means that in his case, even if term limits were in place, he would just, he would still continue to rule. Again, I don't like term limits. There is a compelling argument against term limits. Would I ever own a gun for self defense? Nah, I don't see much reason for that. Like, I understand the argument for term limits, but there is also a compelling argument against them. See, a dictator. I mean, who controlled the elections would be my question. I'm guessing. I'm guessing Putin. The Canadians vote. Yeah, the Queen is nominally in charge, but we're a parliament. The Prime Minister ultimately is the leader of the country. Against defibrillators for cardiac arrest. Why would I be against defibrillators? No, Margaret Sanger sucked. Like, yeah, Margaret Sanger, she was a white supremacist and a eugenicist, so not a fan of her. But Planned Parenthood does do a lot of good today. Thoughts on swords? They're neat. Swords are neat. Swords are neat. Margaret Sanger's been dead for years. Should Yeah. Asexuals are part of the queer community. Absolutely, asexuals deserve to be part of the queer community. LGBTQIA plus whatever. Asexual is a thing, and they are queer because they aren't heterosexual. Community heterosexuals get to be part of. Heterosexuals make up the majority of the population. That's on MAPs. I don't like them. First of all, asexuality is a spectrum. Some of them actually are. Second of all, uh, they're part of the queer community because they are they're not heterosexual. The queer community means that like is made up of anyone who isn't just a standard heterosexual. That cannot be anything be a spectrum. Look it up. Alana Lee. Chantel was wrong about me being bullied. She thought I was bullied. I was not. Like I asked, yeah, you're wrong, Ray. Look it up. You want? I'm not fucking Google. So if you have questions about asexuality, just fucking look it up. Read up on asexuality. It's a thing. Saying it's not is horrible. Makes you a shitty person if you're saying that asexuality isn't a thing because you are then just disregarding the experiences of a bunch of people. So fuck you if you're doing that, you fuckwad. And as for being a spectrum, yeah, just read up on it. Read up on. Can go ask Jeeves. Yeah, that's fine too. Is Ask Jeeves still a thing? Not the case. Sleeper and travel. That's not actually the case. Ellen, I mean, yeah, I did just keep to myself and below the radar. Like I said, Chantel just like I asked Chantel about it when we were driving down to Cornwall. I asked her about telling people I was bullied. She just misremembers. She was just wrong. She wasn't lying. She remembered high school differently. My thought is that Republican can fucking rot. Not like a comic figure to me, no, Alana. Hey, Julie. Nah, I was not bullied in high school. My favorite high school lunch. I mean, at lunch, I would either go to the mall, usually got New York fries from the mall, or I would go home. Like for lunch, like I didn't eat. Like I never ate lunch at school. Appa. I've never watched Avatar: The Last Airbender, so stepped into a, locker. No, I don't know that I have any high school pictures, honestly. Zulu, yeah, yeah. It's. I mean, they've been trying to do that for a long time, um, and it's horrible. And they need to not do that. Alana, I mean, our feelings for each other have changed. What's my favorite band genre? Favorite band is the Heartless Bastards. Favorite genre would just be indie rock. Do I like Lady Gaga? Nah, I mean she seems like a cool person. She's just not my, and I mean she's definitely talented. Just not my style, not my thing. When did I start balding? I think it might have been in my 20s. Have I talked to any girls lately? Nah. GT Snow Racer? Not one of those. No. Zed, you don't. But I let Nicki Minaj sit in my face for $5. I don't know. Like I'm not sure that I'd want somebody sitting on my face. I'd be worried about suffocating. I don't care if it's a ridiculous fear, like if it's a ridiculous concern. That's the thing that I would worry about. Lana Lee, that's false. I don't fight with. I almost never fight with my mom. Like I have almost never actually fought with my mom. My go-to sexual. I don't really do sexual fantasies, honestly. Ugly hobo. Thoughts on Ron Paul and libertarianism? Hate him. I hate him. Do I know how to cook? No, I do not know how to cook. I know. I should learn, but then maybe I will at some point. We'll see. Faith, I was unaware that she did, but if she is talking about my dick, then it's weird. It feels weird, I guess. Yeah, I ate both burgers. Soft reset. She made me two burgers. I had both. I finished both. Furthest north I've been in Canada, Edmonton, I believe. I think is the furthest north. Would I wear lipstick? I don't know. I'm not sure. It's a regular sized dick, ugly hobo. Are Canadian women the best women? I'm gonna say yes. Did I get banned off? I mean, I was never on there, so I honestly couldn't tell you if I was banned on it. Would I move to Scotland? Maybe. Regular is huge in Japan. Couldn't tell you. Canadians are hung like a moose after a dip in an Alberta hot spring. Would I move to America? Hell no. I will not live anywhere that doesn't have single payer healthcare. I refuse. Oh shit, I'm just realizing now. I don't think I would move to Scotland right now. Um, I'm just realizing, the situation in the UK is pretty fucked up. So I wouldn't move to Scotland right now. Pal Hawkins, single payer healthcare, pal. Universal healthcare, paid for through taxes. Allie, people have thoughts about the size of my penis. Allie. Love to leave the USA for Canada. At this, I entertain a Scottish passport. Uh, I haven't. Thoughts on Braveheart and Mel Gibson? Never watched Braveheart. I'm not taking my dick out. No, Ham. Thoughts on Passion of the Christ? Wasn't a fan. Is Braveheart the movie with the dogs playing basketball? I think so. Uh, I've never watched it, so I could be wrong, but it might be. Dandy, thank you. Do I think Chagat, aka Dylan Vogt, should box PPP? I don't know what most of those words mean. Sure, Lana, whatever. Share the feet? No. Chanter or bagpipes? I have not. I think the woman beating asshole. I think the woman beating loophole is being successful. That's the loophole to get away with that shit. At the very least, it does seem like he's gonna start losing work. So last time I cut my hair, it's been a while. It's been a couple years, I think. Have I ever attended a wedding or funeral Scottish kilt, and do I own one? I do not own a kilt. I want to get a kilt. I need to get back to Scotland one of these years. One of these years, so that I can get an authentic kilt. Is it racist if I say pale skin is beautiful? No, I don't think that's racist. That's just you think pale skin looks good. Have I ever been on a plane? Of course. Been a long time. I haven't been on a plane since I was 16. Scottish pro LGBT. Generally, yeah. Scottish clan. Robertson. I'm a Robertson. Kim Jong Un decided to swallow his pride and make North Korea a much better place. Do I think he deserves praise for changing the system? I don't know. Maybe. I don't really know anything about Sean King, to be honest. owe it to yourself to get more in tune with my Scotch roots. Yeah, I feel like it. I feel like I want to. Where did I travel? That was out to would have been out to Alberta, Calgary. Contributing this morning to the regime has brought its environment. Yep, but he still sucks. There needs to be an African Batman, in my opinion. I mean, isn't that Black Panther? Like, wouldn't Black Panther just be African Batman, basically? Asian Batman, named after Robert the Bruce. Cool. Panthers aren't bats. Thank you for that, Coomer. Thank you for the biology lesson. Look here, look, listen. Thoughts on Phil scamming his viewers for a $2,000 cat? I am. I will be okay with scamming people on behalf of cats. Will I support a trans woman becoming Batman? My only concern with a woman becoming Batman is Batman, you know? At that point, she'd be Batwoman. Trans man becoming Batman would be fine. Fine for me. Fine by me. Doing my hair into cornrows and cornrows? No. There's that girl. There's multiple Batgirls. There's been a few different Batgirls. There's a Batboy. Yeah. Would a trans Batman be as strong as the regular Batman? I mean, depends on his workout regime. Thor is a dude, but Jane is also Thor. Yeah, but Thor isn't Thor man, you know? Also worth noting that Jane Foster was not the first person to become Thor who wasn't actually named Thor. Like, as a longtime Robin is gay. I think bi. I think the current Robin is bi, or one of the current Robins is bi. Elliot Page could actually play Robin. Elliot Page would actually probably be a fantastic Robin. Difference between Norse mythology and Marvel's interpretation of it? Yes, there is. Do I look up to Elliot Page? I mean, yeah, he seems really cool. Wasn't He-Man gay? Not that I'm aware of. The She-Hulk? Yep. There was also, for a few years, for a couple years there was also a red She-Hulk. But yeah, She-Hulk is awesome. Like, She-Hulk is such a great character. Elliot Page is just another skinny white dude. Black Cat is best. She-Hulk trans? No. She is not, but she is absolutely trans friendly. She-Hulk 100% stands for trans rights. Would I date Elliot Page? I would not, because I am not attracted to men. She looks like a normal lady, but green, and also big. There is over the past few years, there have been more artists who've drawn She-Hulk looking buff. What are my favorite trans superheroes? That list is incredibly short. Sarah, who is the wife of Angela, Koi Boy, Tong the Moloid, and that's damn near it for Marvel. Will Elliot regret his decision? Statistically unlikely. Yeah, Snowflake Steve. I did hear about that. I get what the intentions were, but it was a really bad idea. Any opinions on Idris Elba plowing Sophie Trudeau? I mean, as far as I'm concerned, if Idris Elba, like, Idris Elba can have sex with whoever he wants. Like, nobody's going to have a problem with Idris Elba sleeping with somebody. More from the X-Men? No, hairy balls. Yes, I know who Amberlynn Reed is. Knock it the fuck off, hairy balls. Did I watch Morbius? Of course not. Nobody watched Morbius. When I went to Calgary, did I go where Wolverine was born? No, I did not. All right, you're just spamming, so go away. Morbius low-key slaps. Must be low-key, because absolutely nobody watched that movie. I don't really want... Yeah, I don't think... I do not believe that Trudeau is Castro's son now. But yeah, like... I don't like Jared Leto. Like, I have bad feelings about Jared Leto as a person. Like, he just gives off bad vibes. Like, I mean, Jared Leto may very well be just a warm and wonderful human being. But vibes. He gives off creeper vibes, you know? Jared Leto, yeah. Like, he just gives off such creeper vibes. He uses sent comments, yeah. Yeah, like, that was deeply fucked up. And, like, a dead rat. And just... Whole video's been doing this. Yeah. Like, if it came out that Jared Leto, sexually assaulted people, I would not be in the tiniest bit surprised. Like, there is no story. Like, it could come out that Jared Leto fucking hunts poor people for sport. And I'd be like, yeah, that tracks. I can believe it. Like, there's nothing that could come out about Jared Leto that would actually surprise me. James Franco, same thing. James Franco, I do not like James Franco. Thoughts on Jennifer Lawrence playing Mystique? I didn't like that take on the character. Alana Lee, one of my very first videos shows my My Little Ponies. Sleeper? No. I would not send the trans woman back to a male prison for that. What I would do is just put her in isolation. There's only one Mystique. James Franco's been out and Seth Rogen being dropped. Yeah. Yeah. I knew that James Franco was a sex pest as somebody else. Did I ever want to go to BronyCon? Nah. Yeah, James Franco. It's one of those things where there's no news about James Franco that can come out that would surprise me. Does it even matter what prison you're in if you're in isolation? Yes. Yes, it does. Jennifer Lawrence is beautiful. Edward Norton is role in American History X. I mean, he did a great job. Would I ever cosplay as Fluttershy? Probably not. No. Don't think I would do that. James Franco discovers the cure for cancer. Honestly, even that wouldn't entirely surprise me. Because the guy gets involved in all sorts of weird shit. So it's like, yeah, I suppose I can understand that. But yeah, no, it's any bad story about James Franco, I'm inclined to believe. And anyway, cure for cancer is a sort of a misleading concept anyway. You know, cure for a very specific cancer. Like cure for one form of cancer. J Law shamed a foreign reporter. That is kind of shitty of him. Or of her, sorry. That is pretty shitty of her. Your madre? It does. It absolutely does. That's an Aerosmith dude looks like a lady. Is that something homophobic or is empowering? I don't know. I don't really care. Thoughts on James McAvoy rolling split? Never watched it. I had to chug a gallon of something in 20 minutes. What drink would I pick? Probably Sprite. I thought Aerosmith was admitting they liked fucking femboys. I mean, back in the day, I'm pretty sure they would have shagged anything that moved. Like honestly, thoughts on Bugs Bunny dressing like a lady bunny? Fuck! I just remembered. That's in the movie Armageddon. Fuck that goddamn Aerosmith song. I never watched Armageddon. I never had any interest in watching Armageddon, but that fucking Aerosmith song, such an absolute terrible song, just an abysmal song, and it was fucking everywhere. Yeah, Bugs Bunny dressed like a lady. I suddenly just remembered that bit in the first Wayne's World movie where Garth admitted to finding Bugs attractive when he put on a dress. Yeah, Sprite would be my favorite soda. So, yeah, my thoughts on Bugs Bunny in a dress. My thought on Bugs Bunny in a dress, is that was a really funny joke in Wayne's World. But anyway, Bugs Bunny was always funny. Usually. T-shirt? Maybe. Cherry Sprite? I don't know that I've ever had Cherry Sprite. Alana Lee? I think Jamie might actually be on my birth certificate, but I go by James. My celebrity crush? I don't really do crushes. Thought Crush is my favorite soda. But if I had to chug, or actually, yeah, that's right. Yeah, Crush is my. You didn't admit to it. He asked when it was basically admitting to it. I cried during Armageddon. Was it when that one song played and it was so bad? Is the song Winger 17 relevant to my life? Winger has never been relevant to my life. Crush, either grape or cream soda. What about Mountain Dew? Pass. Am I on any dating sites? Depends how you define on them. I have accounts on a few dating sites. I never go to them. Fanta, I don't think I've ever had Fanta. Smallest regret I have? Okay. The smallest regret I have? There was, as a kid, I don't remember the exact context of how it happened, but I smashed one of my G.I. Joe figures with a sledgehammer. Don't exactly remember why. I guess my friend, or my brother and his friend, were, I think, fucking around with a sledgehammer, and for some reason, yeah, I smashed a GI Joe with it. GI Joe figure. That's my smallest regret. Was I raging? No, no. It was something I was like, oh, having fun. Favorite Canadian band? Metric. Metric would probably be my favorite Canadian band. Do I remember my first kiss? I remember it. I don't remember the name of the girl, to be honest. First insect I ever killed? That I would have no memory of. Well, no, I knew what it would do. It would destroy it. I even remember. I think the figure. I think it was Roadhog. I think was the figure. I don't sing in the shower in general, Keister. But yeah, it was like one of the bad guys, one of the Cobra affiliated guys who actually came with a sledgehammer toy, like a sledgehammer as a weapon. Favorite comedians? I don't know. I don't know how to rank them. Been long enough since I've actually listened to or watched any comedy that it'd be hard for me to rank them. Rank any comedians. Shave your head. I probably should, frankly. Hunted or fished? Uh, I think fishing once, hunting never. A green screen. Yeah, I probably should. I don't even remember. Loved Mitch Hedberg. Mitch Hedberg was amazing. Um, Definitely rank him as one of my favorite comedians ever. Am I feeling hungry? Not really. Never watched Black Klansman. Yeah, Mitch Hedberg was like the king of the one-liner. He was amazing. Rice is good when you're hungry and want 2,000 of something. uh, can't say I am particularly experienced with anal. Uh, Dimitri Martin. I used to really like Dimitri Martin. He was good. That's on cream pies. not much of a pie eater. Thanks, your Madre. I appreciate your rendition of the song. I did not listen to it because, or I did not read any of your. I did not read any of it because I do not want to be reminded of that song at all. Chantel giving me a makeover. That would be fun. Not sure about the spa, but the rest would be fun for sure. Thanks, Yorkie. That's freezing. Very cute, your Madre. Very nice, very, very clever, very creative. I allowed myself to deeply relax recently. Not depression nap, but gently rest like a stretch. Nah. Everything we eat is bite-sized. That's right. God, guys, like, he was so weird. It was so good. I'm aware, your Madre. Chantel eating all. I think Chantel might be. I'm pretty sure Chantel's actually in bed. I think she's asleep right now. Why do people hate stem cells? Because they don't really understand what the whole thing is. What do I do to fill the time during my day? I don't know. Did was watch YouTube, play mobile games. Pretty much. I do not like Chris Chan now. People shit their pants and lose their minds when I tell them everything we eat is GMO. Yep. Do I think Christopher Reeves ate babies? Yes, but it was unrelated to this whole stem cell research thing. And okay. Uh, good night, Zoe. Thanks for coming. And you know what? I'm okay with Christopher Reeve eating babies. Yeah. The man was Superman. Ugly Hobo. Alex Jones is slamming QAnon. That's weird. That says base right there. Yeah. Christopher Reeves was Superman. So as far as I'm concerned, I'll give him a pass on eating babies. But so, like Christopher Reeves, so fucking good. Like he was so good in as Superman. I used to do drugs. I still do, but I used to too. Yeah. Yeah. Like just the scene that like the moment that stands out to me about Christopher Reeves as Superman was he was he was in Lois' apartment. He was at like as Clark in Lois' apartment. Took the glasses off, and stood straight, and then like put the glass back on and slumped down a little bit. Like holy shit! Like that was an amazing moment, and like really, and it really showed how people like it. Like people have been joking for decades about what a shitty disguise uh, Superman had as Clark Kent, but that moment showed why it worked. Of course, of course, it's a functional disguise. He just has a completely, totally different demeanor as Clark compared to to Superman. Um, that was done magnificently in a Superman comic as well. Uh, All Star Superman by Grant Morrison and Frank Whiteley, which I haven't actually read, but I've seen the pages. Um, I think it might have been a double spread, like a double page spread. But Frank Whiteley did just this incredible job of showing Clark transitioning to Superman, and just doing his like just change in body language that made him just a completely different person. Frank Whiteley just absolutely nailed the whole thing, showing him straightening up as he walked and taking the glasses off and just transforming. I should read All Star Superman because like every page I've seen, like every panel I've seen from it was incredible. Um, uh, Fuck McDonald's, marry Wendy's, kill Burger King. Do I support abortion eugenics like in Iceland where they abort gets used with Down syndrome? I'm not a fan of eugenics now. Thoughts on thoughts? Good for thought. Pro thought here. We are a pro thought household. How long did it take me to recover from COVID? It was just a few days. I am not Alana, no. How many McMuffins can Chantel eat? I don't know. Probably a few. Best Foster. Do you mean All Star Superman Robert Foster? Because that's what I've heard. Is that like it was just sort of like almost like the platonic ideal of a Superman story, of a Superman run. Like that page of him just showing up to talk to a girl who is standing on the ledge, um, talking, like telling her that she's stronger than she thinks and all that. Like just who Superman is. Not just stopping asteroids and fighting fuck Mary kill Nightcrawler, Wolverine, Cyclops. Fuck Cyclops, marry Nightcrawler, kill Wolverine. You might think I'd say marry Cyclops, but his marriages seldom end well. When Batman talked to a kid before she died in the cartoon. Yeah, I've seen the clip of that, and those are my favorite. Like those are my favorite superhero things. Like not the big fisticuffs, not the big battles of of good versus evil and all that. It's what I love in superhero stories is the human element. And like a bit where a superhero spends time just helping one person, that is so much more compelling than a superhero, battling some giant monster to save the earth. Give me the human element in superhero comics. It's also why Ms. Marvel was so good under G. Willow Wilson and the artist she worked with. Spider-Man's whole character was built upon helping the neighborhood with common troubles. Yeah, and even then, you get a lot of Spider-Man stories where the threat is big enough that it pulls away from the human element. I believe the very last issue of Dan Slott's run, I think it was Dan Slott, the very last issue of his run, if I'm remembering correctly, uh, was all about, like, Spider-Man was sort of, that one I think was all about Spider-Man just helping people. As I recall, good night, Donna Ray. I I could be misremembering. It might not have been his run, but like there was a story like in the very last issue where he saved a pregnant woman, and she asked for his name, his real name, so that she could name her child after him. And the name he gave was Ben. And then it showed that he'd been doing that for a while. That was a common thing. That he'd save somebody who had a kid coming, and when they asked his name so that they could name their kid after him, he would say Ben. And that's so much better than, you know, Spider-Man punches Green Goblin for the millionth time. Like, those are the stories that matter. Or, fuck, Spider-Man going to talk to a kid with terminal disease. Like, holy shit, that issue. Like, I don't mind admitting that comic made me cry. Like, just holy shit, that issue was amazing. Russ, I mean, this is me excited about comics. Wake you up when I'm done talking about comics? Never done talking about comics. Turkey time. Ugh. Give me a second. I'm gonna get more crush. Back in a second. Gotta blow my nose too. And actually, I also gotta pee. I gotta pee, so I'm gonna pause. All right, I'm gonna go get myself some a slice of carrot cake. Back in a couple minutes. I'm back. I'm back straight to blocking somebody. Fun times. About to do a black bolt. What, scream really loud? Sorry, I needed to, took me a little bit longer because I needed to rinse off a plate. Anyway, here's the carrot cake. Anyway, piece of carrot cake. Drinking crushed cream soda. And then, yeah, they'll get rid of same-sex marriages first, and then they'll go for the interracial marriages. Alana, why would you DoorDash me something? I have carrot cake. Yeah, Republicans are going to try to get rid of same-sex marriage. I mean, interracial marriage is illegal in your country. Yeah, that sucks. I'm good, Alana. Thanks. Okay, I'm not sure they can. That's on homeless people. They deserve homes. I mean, just a couple of weeks ago, there was a Republican who said that the what was the name of the Supreme Court decision that legalized interracial marriage? I'm blanking on that particular decision, but not long ago there was a Republican who said that he wanted to get rid of that. He was forced. Lunenburg, Virginia. Yeah, he was forced to back down on that. Like he was forced to apologize, but it tells you what you need to know about Republicans. And like, as far as not getting rid of, like, as far as can they get rid of it? Yes, they can. All they need is a challenge to Obergefell to reach the Supreme Court. In his like in the Supreme Court opinion that is being used in that like leaked draft of the repeal of Roe v. Wade, Alito specifically mentions Obergefell as another one that was decided wrongly. Even mentioned Lawrence v. Texas, the law that the Supreme Court decision that banned sodomy. Alito's leaked draft even indicated getting rid of that one. So get rid of get rid of same-sex marriage? Yeah, of course they're going to get rid of same-sex marriage. They're going to try to ban sodomy again. Ugly Hobo, I think I did. Fuck this. Fuck the Constitution, honestly. Yeah. Republicans are going to go after sodomy laws pretty soon. within the next 5 years, like guaranteed, within the next 5 years, there will be at least one state that will try to reinforce laws against sodomy. That will try to outlaw homosexuality. It's going to happen, guaranteed, 100%, absolutely guaranteed within the next 5 years. Just wait and watch. And it's not even going to take that long for them to try to get rid of same-sex marriage. That I'm not sure about none yet, but I know that part of the reasoning that went into the Supreme Court striking down sodomy laws was the guarantee of privacy that Roe v. Wade enshrined. So, yeah, I mean, Alana Lee, homeless people who took multiple COVID shots back for money. Can understand why they would do it, but yeah, that is concerning. Robert Foster, I imagine it'll decide somewhat, or I imagine it'll vary somewhat depending on the state, but I imagine most of them will just straight up lose their marriage rights. Like they'll just be completely, like they'll just lose the rights that are associated with marriage. Would be my assumption about what'll happen. Lose health benefits. Yep. Hospital visitation rights. That will be a thing. What am I basing that assumption off? I'm basing my assumption off the fact that the Republicans push things to be as cruel as possible. So I imagine, like I said, I suspect that it'll probably depend on the state. Some states existing marriages might end up being like existing same-sex marriages might end up being honored, but other states existing same-sex marriages will just be declared invalid. It's going to depend on exactly how cruel Republicans in those states decide to be. Fair enough, Stinky Meatball. I'll just say one last thing. If you vote Republican and you support same-sex marriage, at this point, you have a moral obligation to contact your Republican representatives and tell them that you will vote against them if they make any sort of effort to repeal same-sex marriage. If there's same-sex marriage, you're fucking dumbass pillows. Would I let Nardwar interview me? Of course. Nardwuar the Human Serviette? Of course. He is a master of interviews. Doesn't get any better than Nardwuar the Human Serviette. Yeah, I used to watch Much Music way back in the day, and so that was where I sort of became familiar with Nardwuar the Human Serviette, and I loved that guy. He was always so weird. Can you be gay and a transphobe? Yes. Yeah, there are gay transphobes. That's on Kanye West breaking up with Kim Kardashian. Didn't she break up with him? Anyway, Kanye West is a douchebag. Making a movie on Weird Al. Yeah, I think I heard about that. I hope it's weird. I'm probably not going to watch the Weird Al movie, to be honest. Any more than I watched his show back in the day. Anyone here remember when Weird Al had his own TV show? Not shaming his mental illness, I'm shaming his being a douchebag. Mental illness is no excuse for being an asshole. UHF. Yeah, I've heard of that. I never watched it, but yeah, weird. I remember like when I was a little kid, Weird Al actually got a TV show. He was trying to be Pee Wee Herman. Yeah, yeah, that's pretty much it. Michael Richards was hilarious in UHF. Did he shout any random racist slurs? Who's my favorite X Men? Uh, Favorite is Kate Pride, followed by Cyclops. They were heckling him. A lot of comedians get heckled and don't react with random racist tirades. Froggy? Yeah, probably not. You probably didn't really miss anything. If I had to eat a gallon of one condiment with a spoon or a straw, which would I pick? I don't know. Why am I eating an entire gallon of something? Opinion on Dave Chappelle? Um, I think some of his shit has been. I think that I think he has made some transphobic comments, and beyond that, I think he's kind of fallen into. I feel like he's kind of fallen into being a bit of a a bit of self-congratulatory masturbation. Like, whatever, soft. Whatever, soft. But yeah, like, didn't Pee Wee Herman play with himself? Thank you, Ugly Hobo. And yeah, he did. He jerked off in a porn theater. Hey, Rara. Which, weird. Kind of a shame that it ruined his career. You out for the money now? The money, and I think also he wants praise. Yeah, my issue with Dave Chappelle is that I feel like he's fallen into um, self-congratulatory, masturbatory bullshit. Like it's just so I'm not. I don't like. I'm not a fan of the comedian that Dave Chappelle has become. I do. I do understand. Like I do get why he hated the Chappelle Show, why he left the Chappelle Show. Um, he was being laughed at by racists, and that was like that sucked. But yeah, I think he's just sort of. Do I know how to swim? I do. I used to have a pool. The house I grew up in had an in-ground pool. The house I grew up in was so good. I genuinely miss that house. Like I had the best house as a kid. It was such a great house. You rich kid. I was middle class. Like I had a middle class upbringing. Something being right or comic should not be influenced by the type of people it makes laugh. Different aspects of reality. I mean, not really. I think that does matter. Yes, I've always lived in Canada. I think the target you're reaching does matter because, like, if the target you're reaching is racists, then yeah, that's the kind of thing that might make you reevaluate your jokes because nobody who is a good person really wants to be popular with racists. Like nobody wants white supremacists as their main, uh, as their main fan base, except for other white supremacists. So, if you're the kind of person, thoughts on ketamine? Um, I've never taken it, but it seems like a fun time. Ketamine for a fun time. Anyway, it's fun to be in Grand Pool in Canada. I mean, we do have summers. We didn't hear. Alana, I had the mute on, Alana. You didn't hear me flush the toilet because I had it muted. Okay, is horse tranquilizer? Ah, okay. Hey, Louise. I literally just answered your comment, Alana. Yes, I did wash my hands. I always wash my hands after going to the washroom. Though on an interesting note, Alana, I like. Okay, Alana. Here's what happened. I put my mic on mute while I went to the washroom. When I came out of the washroom, I took the mute off to say that I was going downstairs to get carrot cake. So you heard my door open because I didn't have the mute on at that point. But I did have mute on when I actually went to the washroom. Oh, is that true? 3 or 4 years. 4? I guess it'd be about 4 years old now. Was I raised by TV and media? To an extent, yeah. Lana has a scat fetish and she's pissed she couldn't hear. What would it take for me to become a Republican? Well, the Republicans would need to do a complete and total reversal on basically every single thing that they believe. The only way I would the only way I would start supporting the Republican Party was if they changed so totally that they became to the left of the Democrats. That's the only that's the only way I would start supporting the Republican Party, would be if they were to the left of the Democrats. Okay, Rowan. Okay, Alana, I don't really care about that. Do conservatives have any good takes for me? Not really, no. Republicans are the party of Lincoln. Fucking care. Louise, yep. I am very grateful that I don't live in the US. Like, I am genuinely grateful not to live in the United States. Reagan. Reagan was a great president for the rich. Fucked over everybody else. Sure thing, Ghetto. Thoughts about an ANCAP society? Realistically, it probably wouldn't work very long. Caitlyn Jenner run for president? Why? My thought on Caitlyn Jenner running for president would be, why? Like, what would be the point of that? Like, she's not going to win. Like, who is she expecting to vote for? Thoughts on Discovery Plus claiming that Lincoln was queer in his years? Yeah, I've heard that before. I have little. I don't really care one way or the other, but misgendering, dead naming, that is not allowed here. But yeah, like, I'm not sure who Caitlyn Jenner expects would vote for her. Like, she's a Republican, so ANCAP would be anarcho-capitalist, I believe. Yeah, like, obviously, as a Republican, she's not exactly going to get a lot of Democrats voting for her. She's not going to get a lot of people on the left voting for her. And as a trans woman, she's fucking deluded if she thinks the Republican Party is actually going to support her. The Republican Party hates trans people. Like, they're fine with, like, they'll allow trans people to support them. Not at all true, Nunya. Not even the least bit true. There was a gay man who ran in the Democratic primary back in 2020, and he lost. No, Alana, like, don't be fucking stupid. Yeah, like, the Republicans hate trans people. They just straight up do. And they will, they're fine using a trans person like Caitlyn Jenner. They will, they will allow Caitlyn Jenner as long as she's useful to them. But they still fucking hate her. Like I've seen people make the same point about Candace Owens, that Republicans will use her as a tool, but as far as they're concerned, she still isn't one of them. So yeah, like Republicans are never going to vote for Caitlyn Jenner. They hate her. Hate is a strong word. Yes, it is. Maybe the party is changing. No, it's not. Yeah, to become more extreme all the fucking time. Caitlyn Jenner is nothing but a tool for the Republican Party. That's all they see her as. If she ever stops becoming useful to them, they will drop her so fucking fast. They will throw her under the bus without the without a second's hesitation. Clarence Thomas? Oh, fucking Clarence Thomas. Clarence Thomas does not deserve to be on the Supreme Court. As soon as it turned out that his wife was involved in the fucking January 6th insurrection, Clarence Thomas should have been fucking removed from the Supreme Court. The left is going so far out the deep. Fuck off. The left has no actual power in the United States. Oh, hey, James. Mad Max Society. We do have a disturbing lack of flame-throwing guitars. I will agree with you there, Ugly Hobo. Um, as a society, we have a disturbing lack of flamethrower guitars. Oh, please, Sleeper. White House has spoken out against the protests at the Justice houses. Stress, lugging, you don't like you were saying, I hate it. Yeah. Yeah. And the right has definitely been making strong inroads in a lot of countries. Promise to take out the swamp. Fuck. Trump, like, Trump was so blatantly corrupt. Like, Trump is so blatantly corrupt. It's not even a challenge to find examples of it. Like, he put his family in positions of power. Like, or he made his family advisors without them actually qualifying for security clearance. Uh, Jared Kushner in particular. Like Jared Kushner consistently passed security background checks. But like he was like Trump's biggest advisor in charge of fucking everything. He also had he had his daughter in there and as an advisor while she was also running her own business. He used the office of the president to benefit himself and his family, to get, to enrich himself. That's capitalism. But shouldn't the president try to avoid even the... Jimmy Carter sold his fucking peanut farm to avoid even the impression that there could be a conflict of interest. Like, he sold his peanut farm. He didn't just say, "Oh, I'm putting it into, a blind trust managed by my fucking family." Like, he sold his peanut farm to avoid the appearance of a conflict of interest. And then fucking Trump comes in and it's like, conflict of interest doesn't exist. And like, foreign leaders would stay at Trump's hotel in DC specifically because they figured it would help them with them. And yeah, I mean, yeah, he inherited a strong economy from Obama. No, I would not date his daughter or wife because they're shitty people too. Pro LGBT. She's pro LGBT. Not that that would, not that she cares, not that she cares if any policies hurt the LGBTQ community. She doesn't give a damn if queer community gets hurt by Republican policies. Only person Ivanka Trump cares about is herself. Same with her daddy. Donald Trump cares about nobody and nothing but Donald Trump. That is the only thing that Donald Trump cares about. He could not give less of a shit about anybody else. And he will throw anybody under the bus, push anybody against the wall if it benefits him. Donald Duck is a bad person? Nah, Donald Duck is great. Donald Duck is a loving parent. Parent figure, anyway. Like, Donald Duck is a loving parental figure to his nephews. Donald Duck is great. We will not tolerate Donald Duck We will not tolerate Donald Duck slander in this chat. Talk like Donald Duck. Oh, I cannot do Donald Duck's voice. Like, that is not a voice that I can do. I've seen some clips of the most recent DuckTales series on Twitter or on YouTube. That show is really fucking good. Like, the current DuckTales series is amazing. Looney Tunes as well. Racist DuckTales song? Don't know that I've heard a racist version of the DuckTales song. James, I'm pretty sure Donald Trump is deep in debt. Like, I'm pretty sure that he owes tons of money. I mean, I think I have been told that before, Alana. I think I actually have been told that before. I think on my last chat. I think the last time I did a live chat, somebody said that my head looks like a ski slope. Anyway, close to 2.5 hours, so I think I'm actually gonna end the live here. A little over 2 hours. That's a pretty good time. Oh, it's not the spammers. It's just, like I said, it's over 2 hours. I usually shoot for about 2 hours with my lives. So, all right. So yeah, I will. I'll have an episode up tomorrow. I'll have a regular video up tomorrow about talking about the second season of Star Trek Picard. So if you're interested in my thoughts on Star Trek Picard, then you can watch that. Hurrah! Sorry, Louise. Oh, it's not the spammers, Alana. It's just, like I said, it's 2 hours is about what I usually go for. So yeah, so this has been a thing. So thanks for watching, and have a nice night.